Hi, my name is Oliver Drobnik, and in this video I want to introduce you to the Cocoapedia, as well as give you a quick guide how to create an article so that you can create one for yourself, maybe your company, maybe your apps. The basic idea of the Cocoapedia is to be very much like Wikipedia, but in order to be featured in Wikipedia, you need to fulfill certain relevancy criteria. And so many things cannot be found in Wikipedia, which would actually be relevant to us Cocoa developers. And Cocoa being Apple's framework with which you program iPhone, iOS, as well as Mac applications. So anything that's related to Mac or iOS development has a place here in Cocoapedia. And you are welcome to add content here. This is open, free, non-profit. That's why we changed it to .org. And well, if you find anything in here that's missing, well, then you wouldn't find it. But if something is missing, you just add it. And if something is wrong, you also edit it. Yeah. So, to demonstrate how to create an article, I found a random sample in my Twitter followers. This guy, Gleb Dolgic. And if you look for a page on this wiki that doesn't exist, then you would see a red link. Also, because I'm not yet logged in, it shows my IP address. So what I would want to do first, before creating anything, I would want to log in or create an account. Obviously, I've already done that. You would just click on the create account and fill in your username, password, email address, and then you're good to go. What you see here, before we dive into this, that would in the beginning this would also be red, because that's your user page. User : and then your username. It's again a page that you can freely edit with Wiki markup, where you would possibly write any kind of personal messages you want. It's not the place where you would put your article. But what you can do is, like I did here, you could link to the article for yourself like that. And articles inside the wiki are linked with a double square bracket. So you can write any kind of text in double square brackets, and then this creates a link. And if you click on this link, you end up there. So in this case, if we want to create a page for Gleb, what you just do is, after I'm logged in, made sure of that, I just search for him, and there's no entry for him yet. But I get this link to create a page, so I click on this. And here I can write the wiki markup. I could use the rich editor, but I stick to wiki markup for the time being, so that you see what goes on behind the scenes. And in order to be able to save myself some work, what I'm doing is you can look at the source code for any page if you just click on edit. So you don't have to really edit it, but this shows you the kind of markup specialties that are necessary. To just point out a few. One is the triple single quotes to make the name bold. The second being the double square brackets to have intra-wiki links. What you can also do with a pipe symbol in there, you can specify a different name than the actual full name. So for example, here's Cocoapedia : about. If you want it to only say Cocoapedia, then you put it like this. You make sections with equal. That causes them to be headers. Lists you make with a star, space, and then whatever you want to be in the list. You can make subsections by adding more and more equal signs. So if you have, in this case, 2, it's the section development work. This has a subsection donationware, so you have one additional quote and even one more. Don't know how many you can have, but that's usually sufficient. That's 3 levels or so. Basically, in a wiki like Wikipedia, you would have external links at the bottom of the article as a special extra section, external links. And by the way, I'm editing a couple of things here because they are not like they should be in Wikipedia. They only write the first letter of such a section in uppercase. And also there's no space between the section here. I just add a space, an empty line after the section for readability. Let me say one thing about the external links. So what I usually do is if I create a stub, I add the blog link like that. So this is the URL, then a space, and then you can have one or multiple words that are basically then what's the title of the hyperlink. And for Twitter accounts, I'm writing it like this. So the Twitter / name of the user, then at, in this case, Coconetics, and outside of the link on Twitter. And finally, at the very end of the line, you would have one or more categories. If this person belongs to the group of developers, then you would have a category developers. There's trainers, there is designers, development companies for companies, and this list of categories is still growing. Now these pages are usually sorted by the entire string, but since we have the first name in the beginning, that would give us a weird sort order. So what we do is we specify default sort, in this case Drobnik, to be the last name, so that the developers are sorted by the last name. So let's copy all that, and the edits I made here for myself, I want to save them as well. Let's go back to Gleb and get him started. So what we do is inside the triple single quotes, Dolgish, we don't know a birth date. Let's see how he describes himself, what he does. He's a perception learning Coco and graphics designer. So is a Coco developer and graphics designer, and he says he's based in London, UK. We don't know much about his biography, except he once was a medical doctor. So we write Dolgish. We always use the last names because we are not on a first name basis in an encyclopedia. Previously worked as a medical doctor. It's obviously up to him or somebody who knows him to flesh this out. So what we're going to do next is we've got his Twitter account here. So go to the very bottom, Twitter. Just change that to his Twitter. He has a blog, Pixel Espresso Apps. So we click on this. Let's see. He calls it blog, but it's more like a homepage. So what I'm doing here is call it the homepage. Add the link. Related activities we don't know. Components he doesn't have. And if it's in this case, I have quite a bit of apps, so I split them into different categories. That's not strictly necessary for people who just have a few. So in this case, we're making a section apps on the same level as biography, and we just split them between Mac and iOS, I would say. So we put one section iOS, and let's put one Mac on top. And if there is a in this case a special page where more description is there, then I use this link. Otherwise I would use the iTunes link. So this is a iOS app. The link, then what it should say, 25 hours he called it, 25H. A clock with a difference. A clock with a difference. And he already has a second app as well. So let's get this, Shopper Read More. So we copy this. It's called Shopper, and the tagline is shopping list for a chaotic shopper. And now for the Mac app, Decloner. Copy that into the Mac. Make sure if you have a list to not have a space before it, because otherwise it becomes a box with dashed lines. Decloner, he called it. A bit more. Helps you find and eliminate duplicate files. Okay. At any step of the way, what you can do is show preview. So you see, biography, Mac, helps, blah, external links. Looks about right. The only thing left here to do is to change the sort. Historisch. He's a developer. And he's a designer. Because he mentioned that. Could be not right, but well, that's not so strict as in Wikipedia, where every fact needs to be matched with a source. In this case, we are satisfied to just have some information here. He doesn't have a blog or anything. Credits? No. Blog? Aha, there's a blog, Turbo Dad. Okay, there's even more info. Even got a GitHub page. So what we can do is add an additional link, homepage, and then we have a blog and a GitHub page, copy link. We put that at the bottom. GitHub. Let's quickly check, is there something interesting here about?
I always like to scrape these abouts if there's anything, but there's nothing else here. So, there's a Pixelspresso store. Does this do? Pixelspresso App Store, Decloner. Okay, that's for purchasing his Mac app.
Okay, that's about it. What we can find on Glab. After I'm done with that, obviously I'll ask him if he might be able to provide some biography details here. It's not really so strict that you have to have everything, but it's quite interesting if somebody searches for it. And obviously that's also what you're going to find when you peruse Google in the future, because anything that's related to this, it will be having a high page rank. And so, well, that's the reason why you would want to be on Cocoapedia. Just to quickly show you on the history, you can see the edits that are made to a certain page. So if you, for example, look at mine, you see the individual edits, but I'm not going to go into these. You can undo and roll back and so on. That's a different story. So that's it for Cocoapedia. I hope you enjoyed my demonstration.